Hi, it's BigPapaGrump.
It's Junior.
This is our recap of the 2017 edition of Survivor Series. Okay, starting off, gotta make an admission here. We both missed the Enzo match. Apparently, Enzo won.
Yeah.
Stick with the pre-show briefly. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn defeated the Fashion Police. Is what it is. At least they were on the show.
Kicking off Survivor Series was the Shield versus New Day. It was a really good match. Really, really good match. Raw took the 1-0 lead. As, pretty much anybody would have predicted, the Shield did win their first official pay-per-view match back. Because, Angled is still good, but it doesn't compare to the original.
Yeah, I thought it was a really fun match. It set the tone for how the rest of the evening was going to go. We'll get to the finish, but they really set, they were not messing around with this. They were going to pull out all the stops in every match, and for the most part, they did. Shield picks it up with the triple power bomb off the middle/top rope, whatever, and so it was going to kind of expected Shield to win, and Shield needed to win, so. That brings us to the women's 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series match, and Team Raw gets the win. You had Asuka basically left by herself, came back and won it for her team. I was a little surprised at where some of the competitors were eliminated, like Becky Lynch get eliminated first. You had Bayley get eliminated pretty early, but yeah, once you saw that Asuka was going to be the last one left, it's like, yeah, they're not going to have her eat a pinfall. They're not going to have her tap out. So they had already kind of used their cheeky elimination on the count out of Nia Jax. So yeah.
I believe this is 2 Survivor Series in a row that Nia Jax was eliminated via count out. I do not.
Yeah, I don't think she's eaten a pinfall in one yet, or she was disqualified or something. I think it was count out. Yeah.
Yeah. Carmella looked really good. I have to put that as a side note.
Yeah, Carmella showed off what she can do pretty well.
She's putting in some good work, and I'm really excited to see when she cashes in. Other than that, it was kind of predictable in a sense. So,
Raw went up 2-0 at that point, so and of course you knew it was like, oh no, it's going to be one of those go up big, but actually no, they started to even it out, so it was pretty cool.
This brings us to where SmackDown got their first point of the night. In the Battle of the Mid-Card titles between Baron Corbin and The Miz. And Baron Corbin did Corbin things and won. He, trash-talking Maurice on the side. He beat up... Actually, no, he didn't beat up any of the Miz tries. She got attacked by Bo Dallas. Typical Miz stuff, typical Corbin stuff, and he ended up winning with an end of day. Yeah,
it was, again, another solid high... because the women's 5-on-5 match was exciting, and they all got their spots in, and the match played out with a certain degree of logic to it. And then you had this one where both the Miz and Corbin got their offense in, and they both came out looking really good, and Corbin looks strong now finally, where it's taking steps towards actually making him a strong champion. So all good. Yeah, Miz, he could eat the loss, and he did, but coming out of this, maybe you'll get a bit of more aggressive Miz, and you'll probably get a more cocky and aggressive Baron Corbin like he should have been. And then SmackDown ties it up with the Tag Team Champion versus Tag Team Champion match between the Usos and The Bar. Again, really solid, really fun, exciting match. Drug in a few spots, but, tag team matches, you sometimes get that. And Usos get the win, so SmackDown ties it at 2, and it was it really showed off what both teams can do, but you had a sense that the Usos really needed the win more than the Bar did.
Yeah, everything the Usos are doing currently is really good. They are putting in some of the best work of their career. I mean, they usually always do, but people have been complaining that they were stale. This heel, cocky, not so heel sometimes gimmick is really working for them, because it's kind of like, we don't care, this is our place, the penitentiary. I like this version of them a lot better than, say, the y'all say oosh thing, but nonetheless, they have always been good competitors, and they're putting in really good work, and they really did deserve this win. This brings us to the worst match of the night. No, it was a really good match, but I hate to say SmackDown goes to up 3-0. Not up 3-0, but they win 3 in a row. Alexa Bliss versus Charlotte Flair, and if you know anything about the brands, you know who won. So forget this match.
Yeah, Charlotte getting the win made a little bit of sense, since they're not going to have her eat a loss right after winning the title. Alexa Bliss is the heel, so her eating a loss doesn't hurt her as much, especially considering how good both of them looked. It wouldn't have mattered unless it was a completely screwy finish, which it wasn't. They were both going to come out looking great. This is some of the best work Alexa Bliss has put in the ring in a while, because she hasn't. Some of her matches of late, she hasn't really had the opportunity to do what Alexa Bliss does, and so this one, they gave her that showcase. And again, Charlotte, who brings out the best in everybody. So it was definitely again, the Survivor Series was riding high of just match after match after match that was good and entertaining and fun, and again had worked out logically. We'll get to that in a minute.
And with that being said, we had all big moves from everybody. We had a big boot, we had a figure four, we had a spear, we had a natural selection, which...
Yeah, she kicked out of a natural selection. That was pretty good.
We had a twisted bliss, we had an insult to injury, and we had a goddess teach, whatever.
I don't know what she calls the DDT anymore.
And, on his note, Charlotte Flair is the AJ Styles of the women.
So once SmackDown went up 3-2, you kind of knew how this one was going to end. Brock Lesnar versus AJ Styles, the Universal Champion versus the World Champion. And they mentioned it on the commentary that it looked like another just rehash of the John Cena mugging from SummerSlam a couple years ago. And no, AJ came back and they really put on a very exciting, very fun kind of spot fest, yes, but at the same time, it was done well. Like, they told an incredible story. I love this. Is one of my favorite Brock Lesnar matches of recently, because they've mostly been squashes. He did win with one F5, but AJ avoided a good number of them. He survived Suplex City. He got in the couple of phenomenal forearms, even had the calf crusher on there for a while. They told the story of, you put doubt in whether or not Brock would be able to live with one leg because he hurt his knee, and AJ got him in the calf crusher, and it's everything just lined up for just a fun match towards the end there. And again, Lesnar wins with one F5 because you're building him to be unstoppable, and you're really protecting the F5 right now.
Yeah, and unfortunately with Lesnar matches, it will be a spot fest because he's proven he can do it. Lesnar still can't really hang for a full 30-minute match.
Well, I just don't think they liked it. I think he can.
I don't know, just because he sweats too much. He makes the ring all wet, and the refs are like, I don't want to clean that. But nonetheless, it was a really good match, and it's tied the series at 3-3. Brings us to the conclusion, Game 7 of the World Series. Let's see if, Rawk can pull a Golden State from 2015. All this stuff. They did. Team Raw versus Team SmackDown in like an hour and a half long match, it felt like. There was really good moments, but there was some where I was just like...
Yeah, first half of that match was exciting. You had the Shinsuke facing off with Finn Balor. You had Shinsuke facing off with Triple H, which was fun. You had Bobby Roode and Triple H. You had Braun Strowman just killing everybody. You had everybody suplex Braun Strowman through a table. So you had a lot of fun. You had John Cena going up against just about everybody for the most part. But John Cena, Shinsuke had a moment. John Cena and Kurt Angle, got in there, and then. After you had, Shinsuke got eliminated, Bobby Roode got eliminated, you had John Cena get eliminated, you had, who was the first one from Raw to go?
It was
Samoa Joe.
He got eliminated by Cena.
Then Finn Balor got eliminated.
By Orton.
Yeah, and then it got weird. They got rid of Orton, and it was 3-on-1 against Shane, and so Angle goes, well, Strowman was in the ring, and then Triple H tagged himself in. And then Angle tagged himself in, and so he was wrestling against Shane, and he had him in the ankle lock and all that.
For like an hour.
And then Triple H turned on Angle, pedigreed him, put Shane over him, made it look like he was gonna help out Shane, and then he pedigreed him and got the win for Raw, and Strowman didn't like that. I don't know if they're building this as the WrestleMania match for Triple H, or if this is going to be along the feud to Triple H angle.
Prior to that, when it was still 4-2 with Strowman laid out, we had the second appearance from Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Oh, yeah.
And they kind of showed up pointlessly and got beat up by a chair.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that they would cost Shane his spot, but, earlier in the show, too, by the way, they planted a little seed of dissension there where Stephanie McMahon was talking with Daniel Bryan, and they kind of planted the seed of Daniel Bryan maybe wanting to take charge of SmackDown. We'll see how that plays out over the course, or at least just thinking Shane may not quite be the best person for the job. So we'll see how that plays out. But all in all, it was a really fun show. The ending was kind of it wasn't as exciting as you wanted it to be. Building up Triple H versus Braun Strowman is fine, but it just didn't. The payoff was kind of, eh.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if I were rating it, I'd rate that show an 8.5 or a 9 out of 10, because it was 10 out of 10 going into that last match. And we've said it before, the last match can make or break a pay-per-view. And this one, while it wasn't as disappointing an ending, it was still just kind of, okay.
Well, being the TakeOver and the NXT kid, still...
NXT won the weekend, but I think it was just an overall really good weekend for WWE. They knocked it out. Yeah, they knocked it out of the park with both shows. It just the ending of the last match was just kind of meh. Like the person you were rooting for may not have won their respective match but they were all really good matches. So if you're a fan of just plain wrestling, this was a really good show.
If you're planning just playing wrestling, go watch War Games. No, I'm sorry.
We didn't do we didn't do a War Games one just because time factors and whatnot. But War Games was just a brilliant show. Survivor Series was last year's Survivor Series, if I remember correctly. We had issues with the show off and on, but the final 5-on-5 match was just really good, and it kind of saved the show. This one, the last match didn't ruin the show. But it certainly kind of left you with a bit of a that was a thing.
Last year was our little mini Shield reunion built to the big reunion where Dean got eliminated but was mad at Styles because they were feuding and they triple powerbombed him. So that one was really good with the moment, and so was this one with the Braun Strowman and the stuff. But there's always that one little really why'd he get eliminated for no reason type of moment.
Yeah, I didn't want to see Shinsuke get eliminated first, but in with that much star power in the final match, somebody had to get eliminated first. So, but Shinsuke got his. You got the little moment with Balor. You got a moment with John Cena. So it was pretty cool. Okay, so as far as the board standings go, let's see. For the night, I had 6. Wife of Doom had 5. Junior had 5. Little Doom Doom had 4. Golden Boy got 5 right. CJ Truth got 4 right. Big Shez had a perfect board going into the last match, so he got 7. He picked SmackDown Men. And Uppercut with 4. So the overall standings, I'm in the lead with 56 points. Wife of Doom's got 53 and the Turtle Shell. Uppercut's got 52. CJ Truth or Golden Boy's got 47. CJ Truth and Big Shez, who with missing a pay-per-view came back strong and got right back in the mix. They both have 46. Junior's got 45, also coming back, and Little Doom Doom with 36. So that was how that ended up. That was Survivor Series. I've been Big Papa Grump.
I've been Junior,
and we'll catch you next time.
top presenter out, Adam Cole.